I can see your sunshine dripping out your sleeves onto my lifeline. Oh, good. Oh, you didn't mean to leave a trail for me, but you didn't know whichever it is. It's alright with me. If it's alright with you, then I could be whatever it is that you need me to, my love, 'cause you're golden. 'Cause you're golden. I wish I like one would be if they hadn't been loved right. Sleeping all the time, I know why you stay inside. Safer to save your life. Whatever it is, it's alright with me. If it's alright with you, then I could be whatever it is that you need me to, my love, 'cause you're golden. 'Cause you're golden. Golden boy. 'Cause you're golden. Golden boy. It's okay if you're lonely.
Hey, what's up? This is Stevie. You're watching Mochi Pop, so make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notifications, and aespa coming at ya with KCON, at KCON. And this is not even a story, but I'm going to mention it anyway in the beginning because I figured everybody knows that aespa's coming. But did they know all the scandals? Did they know all the controversies with situations on a talk show with a guy named, what's his name? Let me double check his name. Myung is apparently obsessed with winter, aespa's winter. So this this talk show host has had some serious controversies, including something about, I've heard, this is probably old news, but I just happened to see it when I was searching around. Plastic surgery with this is Park. This is not winter. This is plastic surgery with eyelids. Some type of eyelid plastic surgery, double eyelid. I'm not sure. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this. But I just thought I'd mention that because I thought that was interesting. But yeah, so aespa has been killing it. As you know, aespa has been dominating everything. They were at the SM 30th anniversary. And they have destroyed, and I was there. And now they're coming back to KCON. So, yeah, so I am going to get to it. There's going to be a few stories. I'm going to do maybe a few related scandals, incidences, controversies with aespa. I'm going to just go through the list. But this is the one I was interested in because, you know, that kind of scandal website, Caribou, I don't know what it's called. But anyway, I figured this is an interesting, funny story because having Park Myung obsessed with female celebrities is pretty funny. And I figured since aespa's coming to KCON and the recent interview with aespa's winter have, you know, interest me because apparently he's obsessed with her. Maybe. Allegedly. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. So I'm going to go to this article real quick. It's not really an article. It's really something I put together. But, yeah, so here it is. I'm going to go to the screen share real quick to make sure I got this correct because I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to miss any This is very like low level news. It's not even news. It's just funny to me. So Park Myung Soo's obsession with winter sparks netizen concern. Why is everybody concerned with this old guy? But yeah. All right. So Park Myung Soo, the veteran entertainer and radio host, came under fire in early 2025 for repeated interactions and public statements. So that is basically what it is, public statements. And yeah, so I think this is not a big deal, but let's continue reading. So let's go. So let's see. During several episodes of his KBS Cool FM radio show, Park made multiple remarks about Winter's appearance, normal, mentioning her perfect visuals, and even jokingly asking if she could guest on his show every week. While initially brushed off as a fan-like admiration, the controversy and intensity of his comments raised red flags among fans and commenters alike. The issue escalated when fans discovered that Park had commented on nearly every Instagram post Winter uploaded in the past few months, some with flirty or suggestive emojis. Through Park is known for his comedic persona, his interactions with female idol, nearly 30 years younger, have ignited a large discussion around boundaries, power dynamics, and professionalism in Korea entertainment industry. So Winter herself, let me make sure I got that. Winter herself has remained silent on the issue, but SM Entertainment reportedly reached out to KBS after fans began trending hashtags like Protest Winter and Park Myung-soo out on X, formerly Twitter. Park Myung-soo eventually addressed the backlash on his show, and yeah, so he addressed the backlash on his show because he had to. All right. And let's see, what did he say? Saying his comments were taken out of context and that he meant no harm but did not issue a formal apology. Critics argue that this kind of attention can be damaging to a young idol's mental health, especially when it turns public and persistent. So, continuing, the controversy has led to intense debate within fandom and the general public, with many defending Park's long-standing career, while others demand sticker boundaries in idol guest interactions. SM has yet to confirm whether Winter will continue appearing on KBS radio programs in the near future, and netizens continue to demand accountability for what they describe as a repeated parasocial behavior from an older celebrity. So I'm going to read some netizens' comments because I'm curious to see what they think. And I'm going to tell you what I think either during the comment reading or after, and or both. But let's see what the actual netizens, supposed netizens, actually think. So Myung Fan 01 says, "This is gross. If the genders were reversed, this would be a national scandal." Gender is reversed in what way? Do you mean it's a national scandal now? What do you mean? I don't get it. Maybe this guy confused genders or something. Because obviously Park is in trouble for making suggestive comments about Winter. The roles are older man, younger woman, celebrity. I think it's pretty bad for Park on those dynamics alone. It's just bad optics. But if the roles were reversed, I don't think Winter would get in trouble, if that's what he meant. So I'm not sure what he meant by that at all. The next comment is, idol drama queen Winter looked uncomfortable during that interview. It's clear he crossed a line. So yeah, he definitely crossed the line. I used to like Park. Here's another one. Han Solite. I used to like Park Myung Soo, but now it's just creepy. Leave her alone. Yeah, sure. The next one. K Vibes 93. She's in her early 20s. He's a married man in his 50s. What is this obsession? Well, I mean, I'll say it's an alleged obsession. And you can also make an excuse that he's a comedian. So who knows? But the fact that he's older, he's married, comedians make inappropriate comments all the time. And it's a very normal thing actually in the really entertainment industry in general, but especially in Asia because of this. And it's just and now maybe it's gone too far. I think it's, again, at the moment, I think it's really small, but it could get bigger depending on how the netizens react, how much you're pushing it, how much the tabloids are pushing this, what else can they find on a Park, you know? You know what I mean? It could escalate into a snowball pretty easily, so he better be careful. So here's another one. Fans shouldn't have to protect idols from seniors in the industry. So yeah, sure. I think it happens all the time, especially with the internet age, especially now. Netizens are going to comment no matter what. Even if there's nothing there, they're going to comment. The next one, 4D Chaos. Can't believe he's stalking her IG like that. SM should step in. Yes, and they did, I believe. I think they're doing some investigations, and there's some, like as the article said, there might be a situation where SM may not work with, I believe it's KBS anymore. But likely, from my perspective, KBS, SM, they need each other, So I think worst case scenario, Park will leave KBS if things get out of control with the scandals, or he'll take a long hiatus. But I don't think anything's going to happen to him personally. I would be surprised. Now, we are in the age of canceling celebrities. It's been happening a lot more, especially in the last 10 years, with many celebrities from especially Korea and even China, have been canceled for just the smallest things. And some things are big. Some things are a big deal. Other things aren't as big. Like our recent scandal with the top actor. He had a huge situation with grooming a child or something like that, or other things that he has done. I can't mention his name right now because I can't think of it. But the Queen of Tears guy, him. So, yes, guys, I don't remember his name. Sorry. Excuse me for not being a crazy obsessed fan. All right. But can't believe, okay, we got this one already. Your Fairy, he always does that with young female guests, not just Winter. Yes, it's been a habit of his, of course. That's, like I said, it's normal. And almost every celebrity does it. Celebrity comedian does it. So it's a very normal thing, not just with him, but I think it's just a normal thing. Leak know why. He tried to laugh it off, but there's a power imbalance here. Yeah, there is definitely. I believe that. There always will be when it comes to a talk show situation, because when you come to somebody's talk show, you're in their territory. They're asking the questions. They're in charge of the show, especially if they're big and been around for a long time. Yeah, so there's definitely a power imbalance there, and I think that's really what the main story is. Potentially, like if he was some new idol that was a guest on the same show and he made some weird comments, yeah, it'll be a big deal, but it won't be as big as some like experienced celebrity coming in and like saying awkward things and making her feel uncomfortable. Again, it could be just about his comedy bit. Maybe she was briefed beforehand, like, hey, this guy's gonna be messing around with you. He's gonna be a little weird, but it's just normal. Of course, you can say normalizing something isn't good either if it's a bad thing. And I agree with that. I don't think we should normalize that kind of behavior, but it really just depends upon the overall culture. And is this a normal thing in Asia? I think it is, but I think since the recent, movements that have been going on around the world relating to females and harassment, worker harassment, age harassment, anything you can think about when it comes to harassment, it's been more brought up in the light more recently, simply because we have the internet. People are way more outspoken. Companies are more likely to get in trouble because of this modern age. It wasn't like it was back in the day when male celebrities, even female celebrities, would get away with certain things. And it's just harder to get away with things nowadays because of the internet and because the netizens commenting on every little thing and assuming every little thing based on one little picture and some dating rumor about G-Dragon and somebody else, or you know what I mean? Just stuff like this, right? There's going to be some dating rumors I might be mentioning concerning Winter. I think it was concerning Winter. There's some dating rumors, but let's continue. Another comment is, I hope Winter's okay. She must feel so uncomfortable. So yeah, that's the other comment from Karen and Blue Wave. Next one, Holly, you gossip girl. These harmless comments can really mess with an idol's image and mental health. Yeah, maybe. I think it depends on the idol. Like if you're in the industry for a long time, you just have to get a tough skin. And I think Winter probably has a tough skin enough. But doesn't mean it's right. If you're in the industry and you've been on multiple variety shows, they're going to be saying some crazy stuff to you. You just have to be like, just laugh it off and just move on, do your job and be professional, and don't go on a lawsuit spree just like New Jeans did with Hype labels that actually came to nothing and they just came back to the company anyway. So yeah, that's another story I might cover later. But so what other scandals though? What are the other scandals that that aespa's been in besides this one with the Park? Now I'll say this one thing. All right, I'll say this one thing. I think Park Myung Soo, if that's his real name. I don't think he's obsessed with her. I think he maybe a little bit. If he's been stalking her IG, maybe. But I feel like people like Park Myung Soo, I don't know. I feel like him stalking a random girl's IG is not even that uncommon. I'm pretty sure there's many celebrity guys who stalk each other. The girls stalk the celebrity guys, and he's got to have a better fingerprint situation. You know what I mean? But the fact that he told her that he's been stalking her on IG or make that suggestion is a little bit of a creepy problem in the show. If he would have just kept that to himself, maybe it wouldn't have been as bad. But the fact that he mentioned it was the harassment part and was the creepy old man flirting with younger Winter part of this whole debacle. So again, I think he should have used his words more wisely. He should have came off in a more maybe less creepy way. Again, if you have a bad habit of doing this, it's going to be very difficult to undo the habit that you've been doing for years and years and years, for like 3 decades. This guy's been in the industry for 3 decades or more. And, he's probably been in more scandals than this, I'm sure. I mean, come on. Any comedian who messes up on something, he's going to say something stupid. He's going to get some comments eventually, especially now in this age of internet. So I just think it's a normal thing. So what other scandals have aespa been in situations? There's another one called the Nining caught. I can't even read this. Ning caught in a lip sync scandal during live performance. aespa's Ning faced harsh criticism after a fan captured video during their performance at government-sponsored festival in Busan revealed a noticeable lip-syncing fail. In the videos, Ning accidentally lowered her mic while her vocal track continued flawlessly, reigniting the long-standing debate about K-pop groups and their reliance on backing tracks during live performances. Again, this is a long debate. I don't personally care because I understand, as a person who danced on stage before, I can tell you it's almost, you have to be in tip-top shape to be able to sing noticeably well while dancing and doing all these moves. And also, I would argue that even if you are in shape and you've done all the training in the world, it's still impossible to sound perfect and hit certain types of notes at certain times unless you have another group member dancing by you while you stay there and sing the line perfectly, and then you continue dancing, assuming you're not panting, and going. And actually, I've been to a few enough K-pop concerts and just in general that they would like pant. You could hear them kind of panting in the mic as they're talking or after the show. So it's actually pretty normal, I think. But so I don't see what the big deal is. The whole lip singing thing is just stupid to me. If they're dancing, I don't see what the issue is. I think them singing enough is good enough. Singing generally live is good enough, but you don't have to sing every second of the day or every second of each concert. You just have to sing at certain parts or have members kind of trade parts while the other members are dancing. But some performances you need like the dancers coming in and, helping you out, and sometimes you can't do that because the moves require all the dancers to move, and you may have to play the backing track. I don't know. You try performing and singing and see how difficult it is. All right. Now, if you're singing like a ballad or no dancing, I get it. But if it's a dancing song, I just don't understand what the big deal is. So here's the next paragraph. While lip singing is common in K-pop industry. See, especially during complex choreography, fans and critics noted that aespa had been promoting themselves as a vocal strong group. The irony of Nining's mishap was amplified when the festival's MC praised their live singing power right after the performance, and the timing couldn't have been worse. Yeah, probably. I mean, and the video went viral across platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter. So SM Entertainment quickly stated that the performance used AR backing vocals and that Ning was singing live along with the track. Yeah, that's normal. Most K-pop groups will sing with the track. And however, many found this hard to believe after scrutinizing the footage. Even longtime fans were split, with some defending the practice and others calling for more accountability, especially when ticket prices are so high and fans expect live performances. Yeah, I get it. Like if you're paying an arm and a leg for a ticket and they're arm and a leg for a ticket, and people are upset that you're not even making an effort and you're either dancing or singing. Like I know Lisa from Blackpink had that accusation of not really trying. We all know she could dance, but she barely danced in some of her concerts. I'm not sure if it was Coachella or her concert, but maybe both. But I think Coachella she did okay a little bit. But I think maybe Lisa is just not trying as hard because she's already famous, so she doesn't need to work as hard. Maybe that's her attitude, But who knows? So moving on. Ning has not publicly commented, but fan site has noted a sudden decrease in her personal schedule appearance following the incident. The scandal marks one of the biggest controversies aespa has faced in 2025 and highlights ongoing questions about performance authenticity in the K-pop world. So that is the story for that. So here's some netizen comments. Let's find out what the netizens actually think about all this, because I'm curious too, and I'll make some comments as I read it. So here it are. So real net news. She's literally put the mic down and we still heard perfect vocals. Come on. So, Winter's ice cream. I still love Ning, but this was embarrassing. Lip Sync Police says, this is why I stopped going to idol concerts. Just press play. Continuing with Ning's one Instagram, whatever. Y'all are being dramatic. AR backing is normal. I agree with him. I totally agree with this guy or girl. But I get the other side too, where you want to pay for something, you want them to make more effort. But you also have to remember that these idols are touring nonstop a lot of times. They're doing TV shows, they're doing appearances, they're doing multiple things even before they get to the concert. They're practicing, they're doing all this stuff. They have to get their dance moves right, because they get their dance moves wrong, they're going to get even more criticized probably. Like, oh, look at Nene missed a step. Oh, but she also sang well, but everybody's going to talk about her missing a step. She has to do both things perfectly, and in order to really balance it, you can't do both perfectly. So the backing track is the best chance of having a quality looking performance, especially if you're like recording it or doing it live and people are watching. You want it to sound good, and you can't rely on your voice. You can't just rely on your voice to carry when you're dancing like that. It's just impossible. You have to be a superwoman to be able to pull that off. You can argue that many people have done it. You can argue that. Maybe. I would love to see it. Comment below. Send me a video of somebody dancing, doing all the dance moves, and perfectly executing each line, each key, without messing up, without the voice being shaky, without you hearing the panting. Let me know. I would love to see it. But I think the netizens are just asking for more, authenticity, I guess. Whatever that even means, because people are fans of aespa, not just because they sing well, because they look good, they're pretty girls, they can dance well, and the majority of K-pop is dancing as well. So it's not just their singing. So it's a combination. When you have two really good talents, you're going to have to sacrifice some of the talents that you have in order to execute another part of your talent as a whole show. Now, people like maybe Wendy from Red Velvet might be less of a dancer compared to someone else, and she's more of a singer, and most people know that. But if you heard her sing and dance, you'll probably see a different quality to her, in my opinion, if she were to sing and dance without a backing track, right? Comment if you disagree. I'll have to see it. Give me the best singer in the world. Have them dance BTS level and see if they can actually sing while dancing. I'll love to see it. So moving on to let's see. Yes. So I agree with that this commenter about people are being dramatic about it. I agree with that. And the K-pop unmasked not doing a government event. Ouch. Okay. Next. Busan Boy 87. It was painfully obvious. I felt a secondhand embarrassment. I'm sure everybody did. I would have too. It's embarrassing, but it happens so much. I'm like, it's like 10% of embarrassment for me. If if I was a performer, I would assume everybody knows by now. You know what I mean? I would assume I'm sure they don't mind this little embarrassing moment. You're gonna move on. People are gonna forget about it. Maybe she didn't even care. Maybe that didn't even come to her mind because it's so normal. Netizens still act like this is some abnormal thing. Like, oh my gosh, she turned on the mic. Now it's obvious that she's lip singing. Oh my gosh. Seriously, guys. I'm just saying. I'm just making a point. So Deckhole Watcher, they need to clarify what's live and what's not. Transparency matters, people. So yeah. I mean, again, it depends on the opinion of people. I think if you want to do a live performance with vocals, I think you should do less dancing numbers with the vocals. Now, if the netizens complain that you're not dancing enough, then that's going to be an issue. But if you want the vocals to be legit, you're going to have to dance less, or maybe rely on the backup dancers, which a lot of people do, by the way. And I'm not sure how much complaints that gets. I would love to know. I've seen, maybe multiple examples in the past of both American singers and K-pop singers using their backup dancers as a kind of crutch to allow them to sing better at least at certain parts, especially when you do those high notes and you're singing for a long time, or you're keeping that note for 5 seconds. You can't be panting doing that, Again, it takes a lot of training, but I think it's doable, but it's going to be difficult, especially if you're doing multiple concerts a year, and you're gonna keep up the pace. Now, netizens will argue that, oh well, boo hoo, this is what you sign up for, and people are gonna be critical. I agree with that. That's the number one thing I agree with. But if the netizens don't understand how difficult it is to perform and sing at the same time, they're going to be critical no matter what you do. And you can't win this battle, because if you're a celebrity K-pop singer, you cannot win this battle, because there's always going to be someone criticizing you about something that you did in the performance stage, whether you didn't dance enough, you didn't sing enough, you didn't sing good enough, you sing with the backing tracks, you don't have enough dancing, you have too little dancers in the background, you have too many dancers supporting you, your group's too big, you have too many members, your voice is not good enough, your dancing is not good enough, your outfit's not good enough, your eye contact's not good enough, you're ignoring the other members like Blackpink was accused of. It's going to be something. So moving on to the last few comments. Cherry Bomb Vocal says, give them some vocal training instead of excuses. I'm sure aespa members can probably sing well enough. I don't think they need any more vocal training. Vocal training is a consistent thing anyway. So to say that they need some vocal training is not enough. It's really more like they need more vocal training while dancing, maybe. Maybe that's the training that they need. But as much training as it might need, there's no way you can sing perfectly and smooth like the track, the album. I'm not even saying netizens expect that. I just think they want some more authenticity coming from them, and that's up to SM to decide how that's going to happen, and the choreographers and how they're going to maybe choreograph the whole situation and the arrangements for a live performance, which is going to be different than just listening to a track or a music video. I agree with that. So I am moving on. The Hunky KVS says all idols lip sync sometimes. It's not that deep unless it's this obvious. Exactly. The only reason why this is a big deal is because it was obvious this time, and Nini messed up. Okay, she got caught. She's like, you caught me. You caught me. She should do it like in a cute way, like yeah. She does that thing, and people are like, oh, right. That's what she should do, in my opinion. Yes, and then she'll be like, yeah, it's very normal to lip sync, but every once in a while, the mic just doesn't, maybe I mess up on the mic or I turn it down and accidentally made it obvious, and it's like, yeah, but it's a very normal thing, and then she has to explain why it's normal, because we have to sing and dance, and it's impossible, and I would love for anybody else to try doing it, because this is a very difficult thing when you're touring, and, she's making excuses, sure, she could be making excuses, but doesn't mean it's not true, And as much training and exercise they do, and they try to keep on those diets, I'm pretty sure they've done plenty of training on top of that. So I don't know. So let's see. So I think that's it for now. Let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing in my the controversies here. I think that's pretty much it for today. But there is a situation with I believe aespa. Let me just double check my phone because human available.